What's up everybody, Tommy Har with The Real Side of Real Estate, and in today's video, we're back at the Zillow Gone Wild house. It's been about 30 days since we last showed you guys what this house looks like, and it's gone through some amazing progress. I got some amazing updates for you, inside, outside, and also from the sales side. We just locked down a buyer 2 weeks ago for $1.42 million cash. If you know anything about this house, we bought it for $650. We're gonna put 400 or so, maybe a little more now, into the property, and we have it locked in on the back end for $1.42 million. The internet called me an idiot. Well, sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. So if you like the real side of real estate, if you wanna learn how to flip houses, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for the real side of real estate. Let's take you guys through what it looks like. So as of today, we have spent $341,000. Last time we were here, none of the siding was done, none of the windows were done. We didn't have any really exterior stuff in, and now we are pretty much done other than painting. So this will all get prettied up here in a little bit, but we got our beautiful black windows in throughout the house. We have the nicest vinyl window that you can make. They're called Pro Vias. They're very expensive. They're about $1,000 a pop to put those in. And we also have what's called Hardy siding that we put in. So Hardy, H-A-R-D-I-E, it's a cement board, and it may not look like much, but it is probably the most expensive siding you can put on a house. This right here, throughout the entire house, material and labor cost us $38,000. So a typical vinyl on this house would be about 12. So it's 3 to 4x what it would cost to do a regular vinyl. So very expensive, very intricate to install. There's 14 points of installation. So you have to have your flashings. So you have flashings above here. You have to have certain amount of gaps between the pieces. You have to have caulk on the outsides in between, because if this isn't installed right, it voids the manufacturer's warranty. And if you void the warranty, you can't get your money back if it's messed up. So there's a lifelong warranty on them. This is the primed edition. This is the primed Hardy. You can get it in all different colors, but we got it primed because we're gonna paint it. So we were gonna paint it a dark burgundy, but this buyer came in as we were renovating the house, and they're having us paint it the color that they want it painted. So we're doing some changes for them, meaning we're customizing it a little bit more for them, but we're keeping the integrity of what our rehab was. So we got our siding up. I think they want like a white. I think they're going with, they said they like neutral colors. So ours was gonna be a little more edgy. They like more or less some basic stuff, which is okay. They want some marble tile in the bathrooms, which they're providing. So we're saving some money there. And some of the upgrades that they want are, we did a new tongue and groove ceiling up here, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But as you can see right now, we're ripping out our existing driveway, and we're doing concrete all the way through. So what we were gonna be doing was the asphalt driveway, we were gonna top coat it all the way back through to the backyard. But they were like, hey, if we do this deal, we want a concrete driveway. And honestly, if I'm spending 1.4 million bucks, I think I want a concrete driveway too. So now we've got everything ripped up, and our concrete's going in here in the next couple days. So we're gonna have a big concrete driveway going over and around to our garage. And you can see our garage is completely finished now. It's not painted, but we got our nice windows up at the top. We've got our garage doors in, 3-car. And a couple people told me as I was doing this house, they're like, man, a 3-car garage is a little bit too much. Why would you do that? When I met the buyer over here, because I showed him it, him and his wife, he was like, hey, the back area over here, do you think I could fit another garage there? He's like, I love cars. So sometimes you get things right, or maybe I got lucky, who knows? But you gotta put yourself out there and do things to get lucky. All right, you can see back of the house has changed quite a bit as well. You can see obviously where we have the addition, we popped off the roof. You guys saw that last time, but beautiful new siding, all black windows, quite a bit of windows as well. I would say if I were to guess just on exterior work alone, we spent, I mean, with garage, siding, roof, 150 grand. A lot of cash flying out the door on this thing. So, you're good. What's up, dude? Huh? Dumpster? Yeah, I think they took it. So what had happened was I got a private money loan for the purchase of this property. I got a 700 grand loan right away to get the project started and get through our permits. That lender wanted his money back come September because he got to pay taxes. That was our deal the whole time. And we refinanced my private money lender out last week with a hard money loan. So I was at 12% interest. I dropped it down to 8% interest with the new hard money loan. So a little lesson here, rather than just showing you guys a house and showing and telling, you can refinance and transition through money all the way through your entire project. So you can have money today. So like, for example, I'm buying a house Friday. It's Wednesday when I'm shooting this. We have to close really fast. So I'm getting money for Friday, and then I'm gonna have somebody like a hard money lender come and refinance them out on the back end. So the money you start with doesn't mean it's the money you have to end with. So having relationships and understanding cost of capital is really important in this business, because taking this, I know we got 2 more months of rehab. So we got August, September, and that's when we're gonna sell it. 2 more months of holding costs at 700,000 at 12% versus 8% is probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 G's. So we're saving money on that end as well. And you might watch this and be like, well, why didn't you just do that in the beginning? I didn't do that in the beginning because private money, I get to accrue the interest. I get to not pay it right away. Hard money, I would have been paying $7,000 or so a month, no matter what. I don't want to do that because it's been about 8 months since we've owned this thing, right? Yeah, 8 months, 9 months. So we'll get this thing will be done in close to, I don't know, 10, 11 months. So you're looking at a big, long project. And let's do some math here. I bought it for $650. I've put 341 into it. So let's just call it 350. So I'm $1 million into this project right now. At, let's say I have a blended 12%. So for a full year, that's $120,000 of interest to hold this project. And that's why we had to sell it for 1.4, is because those are the costs people don't think about. So if I go 1.42, that's our sale price. The realtor that I got the deal from, he showed me this. Our deal was if I bought it, I wasn't have to pay him commission on the back end because he really wanted to get the deal done. Shout out to Brad. He actually brought the buyer too. So he's gonna make 3% on that. So times 0.96, 3% and then 1% for closing costs gets me down. So he's gonna make a $47,000 or more than that, $57,000 or $67,000 commission. Maybe 77, whatever that maths out to. A lot of money. Minus my 650 purchase, minus my 350 rehab I'm in right now, minus, let's call it my 80,000 so far of holding. So right now, as we sit today, because I have an end buyer, we're sitting at a $280,000 margin. So we have another, I don't know, $60,000 to $80,000 coming out of this thing. So let's call it 80, because it's always more than what you think. And then we got probably another, I don't know, $30,000 of holding costs on top of that. So hopefully at the end of the day, if this thing goes the way it should, we should make 150 to 175 on this house right here. And I can say that now with confidence because we have a buyer. And guess what? They put a $25,000 non-refundable deposit in and they're paying cash. So if they walk away from this deal, I get to keep their 25 grand. So it's a win-win. We also have to sod the back for them. So we cut down a lot of the trees. We're sodding it. We got to do a fence. We got to do a lot of things here. So I think the last video I'm going to show you guys is this thing finished. So it'll be probably another month before I do that. Our cabinets come in August 27th, which is about a month from now. So month and a half, I'll be showing you guys an update of this thing completely done. But the goal for this house is mid to end September. It is the end of July right now. So we got August, September, 2 months, and then this thing is out the door.
And everyone said you were crazy and you wouldn't get $1 million for a house.
Yeah, I say that a lot of like people will call me an idiot, but it's like people, there's clearly people on the internet that, I mean, they're not the people watching this YouTube video that that you hear Ohio and they're like, you can't get it, there's never $1 million houses there. I mean, a lot of my friends have multi-million-dollar houses in my neighborhood. I just toilet papered my friend the other day. He lives in a $2 million house. I toilet papered it. Yeah, what about that? I'm a child, aren't I? What's up, dude?
Hey, Tommy.
How are you, man?
Good.
Great to see you.
Good.
All right. So we got all new tongue and groove soffit in here. Lighting. I got 20 minutes. I got a call I got to handle.
That is nice. Tongue and groove,
All right. So, last time we were here, nothing on the inside was really done yet other than our mechanical systems. From that time, we have done all of our drywall repair, and they're back doing it again. So what we did is all of this is plaster. We skim coated the entire house multiple times. So we're making it perfect to where it feels like drywall, but we didn't have to rip off all of our beautiful trim to do so. Let me see if I can find a corner to pull up here. And then on top of that, they did this shit really nicely. Good for them. They know, they're like, we got to make sure these corners are really down tight because Tom's gonna be pissed if not. But
Papers or floors.
I can probably show you guys pictures. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys pictures. Rob can show you some pictures of the hardwood being finished because I don't want to pull this stuff up. But beautiful hardwood floors. These are the original refinished all the way through the house and then in through the kitchen. So before you couldn't really see these. I mean, we got, like you can kind of see how beautiful these doors are. We got the butler's door here that goes in and it goes out. So like just crazy unique. So now in through our kitchen, we've got all hardwood in through here. And then now we've got our electricians coming back, making sure our holes are cut out in our drywall for our final. But we're coming back through, making sure the drywall is all perfect before we come in and start doing our trim and doing our finishes here. Like we are at finish level now, and it's gonna take us a couple weeks because this is intricate work. So we got our doors, we got our trim, we've got our paint, we got our cabinets, we got our tile work, all starting within the next week. And it's very exciting because this house has been a labor of love. Yeah, super bright. I mean, you see how tall these doors are.
Top 6'5".
Like, yeah, I'm 6'5" too. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. So, bedroom's looking good. Closet is getting finished up. And then really the only thing that we've not done yet, and they're starting it next week, is the bathrooms. So starting to waterproof our walls and starting to all of our tile work. Because we had to customize it for this buyer, they're supplying the tile that we need for what they want in here. So that's really the only things they wanted changed. And we'll get upstairs and show you guys what the upstairs looks like. Yeah, we did all new hardwood treads. So this is what the hardwood looks like throughout the house. So beautiful new treads on the floors going upstairs. Just really, really cool custom stuff here.
Did you say that dark color originally because the other finished wood?
Yeah, the trim throughout the house is all dark. Yeah, so we get a good look at this here. All the drywall up here, not the drywall, the flooring is brand new up here. So you can see kind of what the upstairs hardwood looks like. This is all brand new. So we got hardwood literally throughout the entire house. There's no carpet, but it's looking beautiful. But you can see how much they've come back through now and skimmed again. So we've had them back now twice for a couple weeks at a time to really skim coat the hell out of this house to make it perfect. All right. Good Lord, guys. Electricians couldn't find their wires. So like that's the thing here. The electricians need to mark where or even pull down as drywall comes is a good learning lesson. As you start to, you need to have the wires hang down, and when your drywallers cut around, they need to pop those through. Or they need to mark it because then this is gonna happen. So what happened is they came and they couldn't find their wires. And they started just cutting the shit out of my ceilings. And now we gotta do a bunch of drywall work. This is getting paid by my electrician. So that's the expectation we set. If you can't find them and you gotta do this, you're paying for my guy coming back and doing all of this shit. You'll never know this happened in a week or so, but it's still just always something going on. That's a pain in the ass. But huge bedroom, your windows are open. I mean, this is a beautiful, spacious house. 1.42 mil. This bedroom is amazing. And then in here, nothing's really changed. Yeah. So, yeah, man, this is the update. Next time you see this house, it will be completely finished right before we hand the keys off to somebody else. I'll give you guys the final numbers. I'll give you guys the good, the bad, the ugly, give you a full breakdown of what it was like to do this. Because it's the first time we've ripped a roof, second or third, but like big addition like this, going for multi-million, and we're stepping into now a new world because we just bought another house in the same neighborhood. This is in Grandview, Ohio. We bought another one for 300 grand. It's 1,100 square foot. We're going to put a 1,500 square foot addition on it. Hopefully spend $350,000 on it and sell it for 1.1 mil. So I'm trying to start, I'm going to continue to do the rehabs that I have. I systemized that. My team members can handle those. Now, as we free up our time there, we're going to step into these high-end luxury, maybe it's new builds, maybe it's additions. We hired an architect on staff to help us with drawings, to get us through permits faster, to then start making 100, 200, maybe 300 grand on some of these houses, and then keep continuing to do the 30, 40, 50 grand flips with our team. So it takes a lot of time to build these things. Don't try to jump from one to the other. Build it, systemize it, grow it, and the only way you can learn how to do that is if you like and subscribe this channel. And also, we teach you this stuff in my mentorship program, how to put everything on steroids. But the only way to get into the mentorship program is coming to a workshop. If you want to come to a workshop, you want to meet. This was one of the houses we went to the workshop last time. So if you want to meet me, meet my team, and you want to learn how to do this stuff, click the link below, click the link in the description, have a chat with us and see when the next workshop is, and hang out with us and see if we're a good fit. So if you like the real side of real estate, like and subscribe. Peace.